they'll never shut me up. I'm making more noise. Turn me up or turn me down, it's your choice. Black lives only matter when they got a corpse to exploit. Cause the media made millions off the protests for George Floyd. That's called ad revenue. They make cash selling you all the crap in the ads when they broadcast news.
Yes, very interesting.
The network full of liars got investment capital and segments sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's
and
go.
the freedom fighters, I feel like the left is
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Blacker than Black Pegasus.
Blacker than Black Pegasus,
Biggity black, and I'm back, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
All right. Well, I am Don Wannabe back in the house once again, folks.
Ooh.
We ready for this hot Tom MacDonald reaction?
Tom has some hot takes. Now,
He does.
Me being the black soul of America that I am, it seems as if I ever agree with the Thomas MacDonald, they call me a Uncle Thomas. What's up with that? Huh?
No comment.
Yeah, you're right. You
Yeah,
probably
I'm going to
shouldn't
stay out of
comment.
this one. I'm going to duck out of this one.
Yo, Tom almost got you. Hey.
Yep.
All right, let's get it popping, you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. But if you're really rocking with the vibe, subscribe to the channel. Let's get it.
40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, you guys.
Yeah.
Let's get it popping.
Can you turn that up at all, or you think it's going to clip?
It'll clip. Damn. You guys, don't forget that, I just dropped a new music video, planned it. It's on the channel. If you're rocking with me, support that. We got original music videos. We got original music, freestyles off the top of the brain. So, support the original content the same way you support these reactions. Let's get into it. Yeah, man, let's get into Tommy. Tommy boy.
Tommy's not my mother effing boy.
Oh, yeah, that was the old
When you fake moves on you employ.
Jizza.
Yep.
Labels. He was talking about the record labels. Tommy
Yep.
Boy. That's right. That's actually a really good song. Anyways, you're detracting me from Tom MacDonald. Not Tommy, not Thomas. But I like to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? You ready to
Yep,
get into this?
I am ready. I'm
Open
waiting.
your ears. Here, I'll turn it up a little bit.
Excitedly.
Hey. Okay. We don't want to... it's close. You hear that? You hear that little...
Yeah.
See? All right, here we go. Put
All
on your
right.
headphones. Put on your headphones if you need them.
I thought about it.
The song
I
is
might do
louder
it.
than the intro. All right, here we go, guys.
They're angry that they'll never shut me up. I'm making more noise. Turn me up or turn me down, it's your choice. Black lives only matter when they got a corpse to exploit. Cause the media made millions off the protests for George Floyd. That's called ad revenue. They make cash selling you all the crap in the ads when they broadcast news. Ooh, the network full of liars got investment capital and segments sponsored by Pfizer. And the freedom fighters, I feel like the left just plants them to infiltrate the right. It's extensive planning. Then it happens overnight. It's impressive branding. Make $1 million off of shirts that say let's go Brandon. It's a cash grab, everyone's a lab rat. Amazon made billions of dollars from sanitizer and black masks, and that's that. Funny how the terrorists who had tag always come from places that are oil rich and have gas. Democrats, they don't give a damn. What is this about? Our military trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. By insult since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. They might kill me for this song.
All right. We're going to have to go now. Yo. Okay, man. This is interesting.
Tom's going to make us touch the third rail.
Why, Tom? Why you do this to your boys like this, man? So if y'all don't know what we're talking about, we were known for talking about culture war and politics on this channel before we started doing more reaction stuff. And I've got I got a lot of strikes on the channel for it.
Yeah, we almost lost the channel, so
I'm
we had to
banned
pull
from
back.
Twitter. I'm literally
Still.
banned from Twitter. And we almost got banned off YouTube. With that being
got
said,
banned off of Facebook.
we're going to try to break this down without getting a strike. All right? Let's do that. Because when he said the P word,
Yeah.
the PFIZER
Yeah.
word, I was like,
No.
really? Okay.
We got to get Hammer. Can't touch this. You know, we have to have that. That way you know that, you know, we're dancing. We're tap dancing around a subject. Can't touch this.
I didn't know I had to react to this on Rumble. All right, let's get it popping. I love it. He's exposing a lot of truth. Try not to be too long. All right, let's go. Let's go. We'll just
They're
stop.
angry that they'll never shut me up. I'm making more noise. Turn me up or turn me down, it's your choice. Black lives only matter when they got a corpse to exploit. Cause the media made millions off the protests for George Floyd. That's called ad revenue. They make cash selling you all the crap in the ads while they broadcast news. Ooh, the network for.
I mean, there's a lot there in that first, you know.
Yeah. We've talked.
Part.
Yeah. There is.
We've talked about it. We talked about BLM. We actually have a thing that we did, kind of like an in-depth kind of breakdown of where BLM got its roots from, which I did not know until we kind of dove into it and broke it down. It's still on the channel. You could look it up. It's like an hour-long breakdown, 45 minutes. But it's just kind of crazy how, you know, how much money was funneled through these organizations and what their actual you know, inception was based off. Like, what are their actual values?
Yeah, and just to, because he didn't say it, but it's the Weather Underground.
Yeah.
A lot of their roots come from the Weather Underground. If you're not familiar with the story of the Weather Underground, it was a we don't really need to get into that. You can look it up for yourself, but that's
If you
where
so desire. Yeah.
that's where the roots come from. And you know, it's interesting because he said something that was deep. He said they exploit it. Because when you're listening to that, he's not saying it wasn't messed up what happened.
Nope.
It was messed up what happened to George Floyd. Whether you want to go down, was he on whatever, it still was messed up. It was just messed up, but they exploit it. And what I like to say, well, this is just the truth in my opinion, is that they exploit straight heterosexual black male death for their agenda, right? But their other agenda, they try to exploit the feminized version of the black male. And this is happening in real time in America. And my people, if you don't wake up, now this is a different subject, like, you know, because it's weird.
It can get very in depth, and it's like, that's why I'm like kind of dancing around it, because we could literally spend hours breaking all this down. But I think it's like, for me, it's the same thing that you said. He's not saying that what happened wasn't bad, or that, you know,
he's saying a corporation exploited it and made massive money off George Floyd's death, and it's effed up. Yeah, it's a ploy.
And from my standpoint, it's like, hey, I understand the spirit of Black Lives Matter. Like, of course, everyone supports that unless you're just crazy. But the organization itself, it's straight up like Marxist communist organization. And the Weather Underground was a terrorist group that was trying to basically like overthrow the government to instill communism and Marxism. So that I don't believe in. That's not something that I can get behind. So, you know, him just talking about these subjects is kind of crazy because we're going off the rails as usual. But I've said this, it's like hip hop used to be dangerous. You know what I mean? True. And now it's become this corporate thing that's literally pushing the pharmaceutical agenda.
Yeah. Lupe Fiasco, go get your, he's over here. Oh, go get your jet.
So when we have these opportunities, when an artist is actually breaking down real subjects, it's like somebody needs to do this. Yeah. You know, somebody needs to be having these conversations. And so I credit Tom with, you know, being willing to, you know, put this in his music, because hopefully people start waking up and realizing what's really happening.
The liars got investment capital and segment sponsored by Pfizer and the freedom fighters. I feel like the
I can't even touch it.
Yeah, I got literally my last strike. What was I reacting to? Vinny Paz, End of Days, and he talks about you just can't talk about the V on YouTube, yo. I should have. We should do one of these on Rumble, because I'm ready to go the F in right now. Anyways, the PFIZER.
I mean, look, can't talk about even you spelling it out. You know what I mean?
So
it's like
crazy. It's so generic. It makes me want to get off this platform. But we're growing a lot. We'll bring people over to the light side.
Yeah,
let's get it.
Just plans them to infiltrate the right. It's extensive planning. Then it happens overnight. It's impressive branding. Make $1 million off of shirts that say "Let's go Brandon." It's a cash grab. Everyone's a lab rat. Amazon made billions of dollars from sanitizer and black mass, and that's that. Funny how the terrorists who had tagged always come from places that are oil rich and have gas.
Hold on, I want to go back. What were you going to tag in?
Basically, you know, there was an article that came out recently that just said that the terrorists who were involved with 9/11 were CIA assets in some capacity. This is a legitimate news article. So, when you talk about this, you're considered a crazy, far-right conspiracy theorist. I mean, I have family members that look at me like I'm nuts because of some of the stuff that I say. But it's like, I don't go off the rails, but it's like, people don't believe that this is actually happening, but go look it up. I mean, it just came out like this last week where they said they have evidence that these guys in some capacity were, involved with the CIA. So, whether or not that means that there was a deeper thing going on, they were on the payroll in some capacity.
All right, hold that thought for me because I want to talk to you about that.
I see you about to jump out of your
He
skin.
said something before that, so I wanted to try to go in order. What did he say? Don't lose it. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
But what he's saying, think about this. Fox News, right? Mm-hmm. They're pushing this "Let's go, Brandon" narrative, and then CNN is pushing this, BLM narrative, right? And what it is, it's just divisive to separate both sides. Now, I wanted to bring this up because it's so crazy. He dropped this video today because what just happened? They let Tucker Carlson go from Fox, and they let Don Lemon go from CNN. Mm-hmm. And so you're seeing now, obvious, I'm going to rock with Tucker because he's dropping more truth bombs and realness and bringing evidence than a Don Lemon. But it's not coincidental. And so when he says something like a blanket statement like that, the truth just resonates, and this type of thing is timeless because it's an orchestrated thing that's done on the regular basis. Now, to tie into what
it's the old thing, divide and conquer.
Yeah, I forget this dude's name. He is ill. He was on JRE. He's on the Patrick Bet David podcast yesterday.
Dave?
I don't know. He's Arabic or he's Middle Eastern. Anyways, they asked him, they said, because he used to be in ISIS or something, right?
Oh, Majid.
Yes.
Nawaz.
So he has dedicated his life to, dismantling the terrorism sector.
Yeah.
He wants to take
extremism.
There you go. He said that they asked him, well, since you know so much about it, what is the one commonality of all terrorist groups? And he's like, they're all been, what's the word? Not infected, but they've all been infiltrated by intelligence agencies.
Yep.
All of them. Now, it doesn't stop the root problem of the birth of these things, torture and but he said that he broke down a whole story with Canadian intelligence sending this girl Middle East. It's crazy. Anyways, let's get back into this. Like we said, we can go off.
Grab, everyone's a lab rat. Amazon made billions of dollars from sanitizer and black mass, and that's that. Funny how the terrorists who attack always come from places that are oil rich and have gas. Democrats, they don't give a damn. What is this about? Our military trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4 we get.
What did I miss? What is he saying about the Kyle Rittenhouse part?
People are calling him a hero.
Oh, and the real healers are the ones fighting for the country with the Constitution written down. Like, yo, we're fighting for your freedom. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it's because, and what's really cool is he's actually taking a libertarian type of stance here. Yeah. He's going at both sides, being like, you guys are tripping. That's what he's saying.
The thing is like, as much as the right and left say that they're at opposing sides, they always agree on more wars, on funding bankers, on giving, the government more power. So in the end, it's like, as much as they're supposedly standing up for our beliefs, all they're doing is basically just like hoovering up all of our tax money and sending it off to Ukraine or some other crazy place to go bomb people. So, we're the ones who are always, end up taking an L. And, the Congress, people, they were still getting paid when everybody else had their jobs taken away.
Yeah, I already know, man. So I'm living it. I'm living this. You see this? You see this little flag on the back of my neck, y'all? Holla. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's there. It's there. Anyways, let's go.
Trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4 we get less and they get more. By insult since we were born, they want money. We want dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profit solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want
So with the hook, obvious everything he's saying on point. I don't know if I'm sold on the hook. I'd have to hear it a few more times to be like, yo, I love this hook. Off rip, I don't love the hook.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, dude. And there's little things that I hear where I'm like, I like certain things where he's like, ka-ching is 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. But like, there's certain things like I was like, ooh, that'd be kind of like if you had little kids being like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something, you know. And then like I know he's going for more of a rock thing, but like when it's like dirty man, I hear like a little chanting in the back, like a rap chant. That's
I can see what you're saying about the hook. I mean, I like the verses and I like the the song.
I like the beat. I like the riff.
Yep,
it's tight. I like to just give my full perspective when I'm reacting to something.
It's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence. A U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned. Illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn to dollars in their pockets, let's be honest. Domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations. We have no idea where it is. A pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher. Stock market crash, everybody gets fired. Economy is weak while we trying to beat a virus. $1 trillion in debt to China. We celebrate the smallest battles we're winning, so they can publish the headline that's gonna fuel the vision. But if we champion the crumbs, then it's crumbs that we're given. And we don't make any progress, we're stuck at the beginning.
1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. Buying sold since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars. Fill their pockets while our
I wonder if he does a third verse. Let's go through this.
Man, I mean, like, to be honest with you, look, if you're seeing my face, my expression, it's because this literally like makes my blood boil. You know what I mean? Like everything that he's talking about is so real. It's not like that I don't like the song. It's just, it literally makes me feel enraged when I start thinking about these issues.
It's so real what's going on right now.
And everything that he's talking about, I was going to say this earlier because, we have all these issues, right? Abortion. So obviously that's hugely important to some people. And I understand why on both sides, right? I can see both sides of perspective. Then you have like the Dylan Mulvaney's of the world. You have the Drag Queen Story Hour. They are using all of these things to divide us and have us mad at each other, fighting one another so that we're not paying attention to the fact that, there's, once again,
the end of fiat currency is coming. All these things, these bigger things.
Yeah, they're
gonna global stuff is going on, and we're just like
they're gonna make
Bud Light.
It's exactly
it's the concept called look up. It's right here, but we're just like
we're worried about, like I said, the Dylan Mulvaney, the Drag Story Hour. Which, guess what, my son had to go to
crazy on you.
No, I'm going to lay this out. Like once again, I got to tap down around this issue.
Because YouTube protects.
I picked up my son yesterday.
Protects.
I picked up my son yesterday and he's like, Dad, I had to go to a drag story hour. And I was like, wait, what? Well, he was like, it was a drag show. And I was like, hold on, don't mess with me. Cause he'll say little things like that, just joking with me. And he's like, no, I'm being for real. I had to watch grown men dressed up as women dancing around on stage, and I felt very uncomfortable about it. Now, to be clear, I have gone to gay clubs, I've gone to drag shows.
He's way more wild than I am. I don't do
like
none
literally.
Of that, but he is. He's pretty open. He's pretty open.
Like on Father's Day, like 3 years ago, I had a couple girlfriends, right? So we all went out. They took me out because it was Pride Week that same week, and we went to Pride. We went to a drag show on Father's Day. We had an amazing time. As an adult, I have the choice, right? Whether or not I want to engage in this. And he told me, he was like, I felt uncomfortable. Some of my friends felt uncomfortable and they would not let us leave. We just asked if we could
talk to their school. What the hell's going on, bro? You're pissing me off right now.
Okay. So I didn't know about it. Of course, his mom knew about it and said that they sent her a message and that it was a really good email and they gave her the opportunity to opt out, blah, blah, blah. And, apparently she asked, Silver, that's my son's name, if he, wanted to be picked up, but he wasn't paying attention. Whatever the story was, I was just like, can you just let me in the loop? Because at the end of the day, my biggest thing with all of this is like, what the hell is a drag show doing for my son's education? Are our kids excelling in math? Are they excelling in the sciences? Are they excelling in the written word? No, they are not. Right. So I just want attention to be placed on the things that are actually going to be productive to his life going forward.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's get into this because I'm getting enraged. This is why I homeschool you guys. And I've known that from the jump. I was homeschooled when I was young. The moment I went to public school, it was off the rails. I didn't realize it. Fast forward, I understand as an adult. And that's not happening to my kids. Well, my kid right now, but I'd like to have more kids.
To nuclear powers who hate the.
Let's go back.
I remember
talking about those shows, so I'm like, well, what did he talk about? Sheesh.
When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence.
Yeah, let's go back.
We hate to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money.
They might kill me for this song. It's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence. A U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned. Illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn to dollars in their pockets, let's be honest. Domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations. We have no idea where it is. A pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher. Stock market crash, everybody gets fired. Economy is weak while we trying to beat a virus. $1 trillion in debt to China. We celebrate the smallest battles we're winning, so they can publish the headline that's gonna fuel the vision. But if we champion the crumbs, then it's crumbs that we're given. And we don't make any progress, we're stuck at the beginning.
1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more.
It's interesting because I didn't even stop because like every little point he made, like you said, we could go off for 30, 40 minutes on, but he's on point. It's like, look, we're going to wars. The global elites who say, oh, they benefit from it. They're in all these, what is it, Lockheed Martins or like Build-A-Bear or what is it, whatever, they go and get these huge contracts to destroy the country, go through war, and then these people get the contracts to go rebuild them. He's talking about the different divisions that's going on.
That's why I brought up the whole drag thing, because it's like he brought it up in the song that they're using those issues to keep us divided and distracted. Yes. Because at the end of the day, it's like when we talk about something like a central bank digital currency, a CBDC, that they're going to push through, that has the potential to literally, you know, have a mechanism of control when he's talking about the truckers to shut down your bank account, mine, anybody's social credit score. So it's like, as disturbing as some of this stuff is, it's a smoke screen for the real things that are behind.
And the smoke screen is like, for example, the J6 stuff. Now, I know a lot of people don't want it. They get mad when I say, like, yo, that's kind of a psyop. Like, there's a lot of intelligence agencies involved in that. It's not real. People are like, no, they're terrorists, da-da-da. But that's what he's talking about, the smoke screen, because we're focused on J6 and we really have other countries who have nuclear weapons that we're, like, really impeding, that we're in proxy wars with all this different stuff going on. So, there's smoke screens, and he's just hitting it on the nose. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, like you said, to the point, I mean, this is already turning into a long reaction for a 3-minute song, but we could break down this song on every little point, even him talking about them blowing up the pipeline. You know, there's evidence that we did it. So it's like all these, you know, the Nord Stream pipeline, that is specifically. And, you know, we're complaining about, you know, energy costs, and then we blow up a oil pipeline
for political gains.
And these people are telling you that they're about, you know, the climate. They're
cleaning up our environment.
They're about the climate, that's our biggest concern. And they literally blew up an oil pipeline in the middle of the ocean. So how can you sit here and say that, oh, the biggest thing that we need to be concerned about for the human race is the climate, and then you're going to blow up a pipeline that because of that, Germany had to fire up coal power plants back up?
Now
but we're about the environment, Greta.
Y'all are seeing a different side of the F-boys right now.
By insultants we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars. Fill their pockets while our
okay, now I'm hearing the hook for like the third time. I'm like, okay.
Kind of growing on you.
Fill the ground. They make profits, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. Money.
Not enough soap to scrub, it's soaked in blood.
It's all about the money.
Every time we make a buck, they take from us.
It's all about the money.
The dollar runs our lives until we die.
It's all
make profits solving problems they created to keep us down. That's such a hard
Problem,
line.
reaction, solution.
Yep.
Shout out to David Icke.
Yep. Well, once again, I think we've already kind of been
We actually
long-winded.
did good, bro, for all the knowledge we dropped. This is 25 minutes right
Okay,
now
that's
if
not
we
bad.
stop. And
Yeah,
we dropped some
we're gonna-
gems. Like if you went and searched, you'd be like, yo, because a lot of people don't know about the Weather Underground in the younger demographic.
Yeah, I mean, and if you guys enjoy this, you can put in the comments, let us know. Maybe one day we'll do a Rumble thing where we just go off and just drop some of the knowledge that we know, because both of us have dug very deep into these issues. I appreciate Tom for making a song that actually tackles this. He's one of the few artists that are delving into some of these subjects.
And using his big platform.
Yes, to
get
bring it
people
to
talking.
light, because people need to be talking about this. They need to be aware of what's going on in our society.
Facts.
Have you seen that meme that's going around? And it's like it's like the early Americans, the founding fathers, with the 3% tax, and it's like a dude holding a musket, and then it's all us with the 40% tax, just like driving in a car, smiling, sipping a Starbucks or something.
You know,
And that's what kills me. The reason I wanted to bring it up is because our tax money is being used to fund these wars. I didn't believe in the war in Iraq. I did not, whatever. I could understand people going into Afghanistan to a degree, but I can't say I really supported it, especially when we look at the outcome. Now we look at Ukraine, but that just makes me sick to think that they're taking our tax dollars to go bomb people.
bruh.
It's literally what it comes down to.
You know, America gets a lot of flack these days. They think we're just dumb Americans. They talk all this, but let's keep it real. The founding fathers were kind of dope.
They were
lit, bro. They were like, we want religious freedom. We don't want to pay taxes. We found, well, there's this land over here. Let's get it popping. It is what it is. They were lit, bro. They were gangsters. They were straight G's. Like, everyone loves a good gangster flick. Now, people will get into, people will bomb on me because of the slave trade. But I'm like, bro, that's just something that was happening everywhere in the world at that time.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it wasn't bad. That's why everything is shifted. Now, no one does it. Well, you're the sex of the world, still do it. But you get what I'm saying. Because people will always just use that to diminish how gangster these dudes were. And it's just interesting.
Well, the most gangster thing is them talking about, the fear of government tyranny. That was
the
their
Constitution.
That was their biggest, thing, in many ways, is saying that we've tried to set this up in a manner to, mitigate tyranny. And that also, as people, that we need to be aware when a government has become tyrannical.
This is facts. All right, you guys, enough of us on the soapbox.
Sir.
If you do want to hear, man, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. Just know we out here. We really know what's up. Anyways,
The Crunk Boys.
Dude, I like Tom, man. The more
there's a reason we spell, the fuck boys with a Q.
Oh God, no!
No, I'm
there's
kidding. I'm kidding.
There's definitely not, because that's fake too. He could have threw that in there. How fake that is to create divisive. Anyways, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. But if you're really rocking with the vibe, subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. 40.
You know what it do.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ, boy.